So this is going to be the midweek outlook, and so far this week has just been up movement, and I really haven't been able to participate in a lot of the movement. My setups have either been too early, got wicked out, or just not in the right direction. So just go ahead and take a look at the risk disclaimer while I get everything set up, and we'll go ahead and start on the daily for the midweek. So looking at the daily, there's a little small fair value gap that I'm looking at right here for us to come to. At least what I have done for this week is this the moves have happened outside of the time that I usually trade, and I really haven't been able to participate. They've been at large highs, or the one move that I could have caught. I think that I think I missed it. So I didn't get a chance. And then today, I took a piece of this sale, and I thought it was gonna go lower, and it did, but I got in early, and it wicked me out and I took a loss. So 5% loss. So that's how this week is going so far. But that's the only trade that that I've taken so far this week. So I'm down 5%. That's nothing, especially given how I did the week prior. So with that being said, just again, we stayed inside of today's candle so far, yesterday's candle so far, and that's where I was honestly thinking that I should have kept the approach to. I don't know why I went against this, but going into the day, I was thinking that as long as it didn't take the low out of this day, I was going to look to buy, and I didn't buy. I actually sold. So I broke some rules and I paid for it. So um let's look at the markups real quick. Daily chart. We've already made the high and the low for the week so far. Going into today, let's zoom in a little bit and see. Yesterday we bounced off the midpoint of the week. We're near the high right now, and we got this little fair value gap that we've been playing around in today. Came down to basically to the midpoint of this old fair value gap to the downside, and we bounced off of that to get this week. Really took a uninformed trade today. I did not consider a higher time frame, and I think I sold from here. We went down to here, and it pushed back up on me. So we'll go over that later. Then let's go to the 4 hour real quick. I'm gonna put the daily back on. Go to the 4 hour. You can see again, the wick was right here. Simultaneously, I was selling around here, like way too low on this. But oh well. And you can see, like, the move down that I should have caught happened at the close, and then you got followed through during London and Sydney and Tokyo. But really, maybe I could have caught this at the 6 a.m. candle, open around that 6 a.m. time frame. I was up, but I didn't want to get into anything ahead of the news, and I actually should have, but I would have been able to at least catch the drop from 64 to 30, 32, whatever the case, and probably would have been in a better headspace to take this buy. But that's what happens. Let's put the 4 hour markups on. 4 hour, we're even noticed this. I even noticed this. This is how bad today was. I even noticed we were coming into this also old fair value gap right here that we're using. This was a fair value gap that was let's get you off of here. This was a fair value gap from to the downside that it used as a demand level. And I just didn't take that into consideration. Same thing with this order block right here. Don't know why I was hard headed today, and that's okay. But even going lower, we still got this imbalance right here. This is balanced out between this area, but there's probably an order block right here. And then you got a little small fair value gap here, and another one right here, which we've traded into the middle of it for the most part. I don't want to add this on the chart because it's kind of getting cluttered because I still think we're using this. So I won't really bother to add that. But just looking at the 4 hour candle right now, this really bullish move off of this area is telling me that we might want to bounce up and back, push up higher to that. And I'll see if I can catch that to go ahead and get this. We would be trading into the low right now of this gap right here to here and looking to trade to the high. So if I don't catch this low, a possible low in the next 4 hour candle, then I'll look to trade it above this gap open at 80 at 84.20, right? So, and then I'll just trade to 20, 26, 30, 38, 26, 45. Let's go to 1 hour. Oops. 1 hour. You don't need the markup yet. You can see I like showing the contrast between the higher and the lower time frame. You can see on the 1 hour we held right here, basically the body of the candles just just held right there at the low. Right there at the low. I should have. Oh, I'm mad at myself, but it's all right. I'm mad at myself, but it's okay. It's all good. Balance. All this is balanced. We got this order block. There was a little small order block right here, and then you can see there was a fair value gap right here that most of this trading took place in, with the exception of this small. Even got another gap right here. Didn't care to draw it on there because I knew it was there. But looking at it right now, I probably should have drawn this on, but because I would have got this, seen this coming down to the high of that. And if you want to see where it is, looking at it from here, and here, and then your price levels are roughly here. I'll come back and fix this. So the low on this candle was 22 flat. You would have got it wicked in right here at 37.2390. PO'd right now, but yes, whatever. Here's the fresh one coming back in the opposite direction. That's the first one, and we even got an order block right here. So yeah, I did myself a number today. So you got the lower one we already moved off of. I'm gonna come back and get these. Just want you guys to see this. Um, this one, I low. Oops, that's the order block. Get the numbers together later. Then we got this one is the low. So should, if we hold this area and continue to push up, should get the wick around 37.55 down to 37.46. And maybe I think we'll dig a little deeper into this fair value gap because it's the first time. But if we don't, we'll get the low around this area. So if we continue up, we'll do something like this where we'll come back down, hold in here, push up, and probably use this as support, this high over here, and keep going from there. So that's kind of what I'll be looking for moving ahead for the week and see if we can go ahead and just push on up to here. And then like 34.87, 37.84 area is the, so we should get it right there. So I'm expecting it to look a little like this, unless this just want to just go ahead and keep pushing up. If we just go ahead and keep pushing up, then it does it, and then we'll get a imbalance through here, and then we'll repeat this process. We'll look for something where we get the fair value gap low here, fair value gap high somewhere in here, and then we get high to low, draw out the fibs out, draw out the levels, and then look to see where the levels are, and then we'll get something to repeat like this. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. Add all this on the 1 hour chart. This from the 1 hour chart. Got to go back in and clean it up, but that's from the 1 hour chart. Now, finally, let's put that back on there. Let's go to the 15 minute. 15 minutes is where I took this sale from. I was a dummy. I saw this gap right here. And because we took this out, I was thinking that we're going to trade through it. And I was thinking that we would push down a little further, around 37, and then pop up off of that, but we didn't. And I paid for it. That's okay. I could have taken this, but I was trying to let the news hash out. And I did go in profit initially, about 100 pips. And I normally close it. I put my stop loss at 100 pips at break even, or I would have used the last high, which would have been this candle, and I didn't. I was not following the rules, and I like to move my stop loss at break even at between 100 and 200 pips, because most of the time, if I don't get the move from that point, that means that I'm early, or I'm in the wrong direction. If I'm early, I'm usually near the midpoint of the midpoint or the low. Usually an early entry I'll take is sometimes I'll enter off the low. And in those cases, you'll see that we might push down near this low and then pop up and go higher. And then I'll add on right there. But in this case, I didn't follow the rules, because sometimes you'll see that, you might have to come back to the entry once, but in most cases, if it comes back to the entry, then, and you caught it from the low or the middle, you're usually just going to get a continuation. If you catch a low, if you catch it off the low, if you catch it off the high, it's probably not ready, or is probably going to be the wrong direction, right? And especially if you trade above this high. And this high is the one that made the actual wick, and you definitely can pretty much count this one as an L. So that's what happened. I even added on, I was like, hey, maybe we stay below this. And when I saw this wick, so I added on there. I was thinking, hey, maybe we get an add on, but that again, that just, but altogether, I took a 5% loss. No, not too bad. Didn't over leverage on the trade, but just some things that I wish I had have done better today, because honestly, I shouldn't have been looking for the sale after we'd already seen this drop to here. I shouldn't have been looking for it, because in a case like this all happened after hours on yesterday's trading, and we didn't have any move to the upside. So I should have just been aware that, going back to the daily, I always like to focus on the daily candle. If I stay inside of the previous day candle, the probability is that if we are selling, we're probably selling it to a point to buy, and if we're bearish on the previous day, we're probably buying to a point to sell, unless we take the high out. If we take the high out, then if we had taken the low out today, then I would have been looking like, maybe we are gonna continue down, but we didn't. We stayed inside the candle, so that should have been my sign. So with it being this week already kind of been like a slow to bad week, 5% loss for the week, I'll try to clean it up tomorrow and Friday. But if I don't get it, I don't get it. I don't mind. I don't mind, doing taking that. I'm up quite well for the week, for the month. Well, not for this month, but over the past couple of weeks. So I'm good on that. And as far as going into the week, as far as the news goes, 8:30 unemployment claims, challenger job cuts. Unemployment claims will be a big one. FOMC members speaking throughout the day. So the biggest thing will be the job claims, and that'll be it. So and then Friday, we got NFP 8:30 on Friday. So also we got FOMC members speaking, and then final wholesale inventories and consumer credit. So, and then we'll also have the COP report release. So that'll be the things that I'm looking at, but the COP report will be afterwards. So I'll probably try to do one video on Friday. But other than that, as far as the rest of the week goes, like I said, I'm going to be looking for it to come up into this fair value gap right here. And as long as we stay inside to this yesterday's candle, even if we kind of push down for the next day, if we don't take this low out, I'll still look for that and see if we have an area where it wants to come and buy from and go. But right now, I'm neutral. I'll sell or buy in this situation because I know we're coming up, but I want to wait for my sales until we get into this area or above into this order block right here. So that's how I'm going to be looking at it the rest of the week. Things could change with the NFP numbers, but today sucked, but it's all good. Anyway, hope to catch you guys on here later. Hopefully, if you have any questions, and you can hit me up. Like, subscribe, share the link out, and yeah, catch you guys later.